Thank you for joining me for possibly my favorite time of year. This is where I get to choose the seeds that I'm going to be growing in the upcoming season. Every year, this process gets more and more difficult. I have more than 400 varieties to choose from today. That's insane. I've never had that many to choose from. It's a nice problem to have, I guess, but it does make it quite a challenge to figure out which ones I'm actually going to grow. Some plants, depending on some of the sources I have planned, I will grow quite a few of them. Some plants I grow every year, quite a few of them, and also this year I've started selling seeds, so I'll have to take that into account as well. So there's certain varieties that I'll be growing for each of those different purposes, and then of course there's going to be varieties I grow just because I want to grow them and it's going to be fun and I can't wait to see what they look like. So let's get started. I'm going to start pulling out the seeds and try and figure out which ones I'm going to be growing in 2022. A quick tip for you, if you are saving seeds, whether that's chili seeds or vegetable seeds or whatever, these things are awesome. They're specimen containers and they are really, really cheap. I bought a job lot of about 400 of them and I think they worked out to about 5 or 6 pennies per container. They're really strong plastic, and also there are screw tops, which I really like. The ones I used to use were just, tops that popped on the top. So these are a lot of seeds that I would have looked through last year. Some of them that I'd bought, some of them that I'd isolated, and quite a lot of them from Chilli Seeds. Go check him out, chilliseeds.net. He has some great varieties. Actually, we've got another little package from him that we'll look at a little bit later, because these aren't all of them. I still have another big box. We have a lot of these containers here. These are the ones I was talking about before. These are the little pop off and on containers. They work okay and they're quite cheap. You can get them from AliExpress or Banggood, so they do quite well. This is a 7-pot habanero. This is my isolated 7-pot habanero. An amazing chili, and it was a very strong cultivar that I was growing. This is back in 2017. This will be the container we'll put aside for what I will be growing. The Thunder Mountain Longhorn, definitely will be growing this in 2022. I love growing it in 2021. It is just such a lovely chili. It looks fantastic, very impressive looking chilies that come off it, and the flowers and everything about the plant is really lovely. But it also tastes really good. Very similar to a cayenne, or a mix of a cayenne and a peri peri. It's got a good amount of flavor and a decent amount of heat as well. But one of the big reasons that you want to grow this is the competition that I'm going to be running this year. There are a couple different categories, and one of them is going to be around the longest chili that you can grow. Now, this is a contender for one of the longest chilies out there. There are some others as well. The Bangalore Whippet's Tail is one I've grown in the past as well. If I have got some seeds for that, I will be growing those as well. But I think it's between this and the Bangalore Whippet's Tail. We'll see how that goes. But I will be growing that this year. Pepperdew. So I'm going to put these aside for now. I have got other pepperdews as well. I'm actually selling some pepperdews. I don't have a lot of stock of that left either. People have been buying that out. Kangstar Lemon Starburst. So I actually have some seeds that I've set aside already. They're in my other box and I will get them in a bit. But I'll put this aside for now. I know someone who wants some of those, so we'll send those out to him. Tomatoes. So I am going to be growing some tomatoes this year. Actually, I have quite a few different types of vegetables that I will be growing. ChilliChump seed kit. Absolutely, I'll be growing all of these. The chilies in here, the Buena Mulata, beautiful chili, very early harvest from those, and the colors on it are amazing. They go through multiple stages, like you can see on here, purple and red, but they do go through some other colors as well. Bird's Eye Baby, interested in that one. I haven't grown that before. Well, actually, I might have, I don't know, but I'm interested in tasting that. I can't remember what it tastes like if I have tried it before. Bishop's Crown, lovely looking chili, and you get quite prolific harvest from that. Spanish Giant, really keen on trying that. I do love growing some sweet chilies. It's just great for a snack. I prefer eating these than an apple or banana or anything like that. I'll just grab one off the bush when I'm inside the greenhouse, and it's awesome. Sugar Rush Stripey, of course, beautiful chili. A lot of people have been raving about that over the last year. And then, of course, the Big Black Mama. I have not grown this one before, and I'm very interested to see how that's going to turn out. ChilliChump seed kit. If you haven't yet ordered yours, I know there are some available still from Yucca. So go check out his site, fataliseeds.net, and I will put a link down below this video as well. And go get yourself some ChilliChump seed kit plants. Really awesome. And you can grow along with me this year. That'd be pretty cool. We have a whole bunch more seeds from Yucca and another ChilliChump seed kit. So here's a bunch of new ones. Some of them I have already had before. Habanero chocolate. I knew I had some of those. So habanero chocolate, I will be putting that in there. There's a lot of varieties. Obviously, I know what they are, and you know, I can make a very quick decision about them. But some varieties I need to look up and just check just the details on it and see whether I actually want to grow it or not. The Padron or Padron, I don't even know how you guys would say that. I know that you critique my pronunciation of these things, but anyway, there's a Padron, oh, whatever. But we're going to be throwing that in there, definitely. Some more wild chilies, Azor Wild. I love the tiny little seeds. I'm guessing it's a tiny little pod. Never very keen on small chilies, especially when I'm making sauces and that, because oftentimes there'll be more seeds than flesh on the chili, and that just makes it really tough to work with. But they still do create some beautiful chilies. So I think that's a maybe. We'll stick that in there. Oh, so I'm always hesitant on growing out early generation crosses. I have enough of my own crosses that I'm working with. This one here has the Ahi Mango and Ahi Ayuyo F2s. There's just too much uncertainty with this, and obviously I have to narrow down what I'm going to be growing and, you know, make some hard decisions. I don't think I will be adding that into the decision pool. So these are some that I have purchased myself. 7-Pop Bubblegum Yellow. I did want to give that a try. The 7-Pop Bubblegum that I grew last year, and actually have a few seeds left on my site if you're wanting to buy some. Possibly the hottest chili I've ever eaten. It was a killer. You can have a look. There's a video, one of my live streams where I ate one. I didn't think it was going to be as hot as it was, but man, it just, yeah, that was a killer. Absolute killer. 7-Pop Bubblegum Yellow. I will be growing that. Kashmiri Mirch. This is a fantastic chili for all sorts of things, for dry spice, for smoking them. They actually have a very smoky flavor anyway, but very popular in a lot of cuisine, and definitely will be growing that. Hainan Yellow Lantern, absolutely. I have got a couple seeds. I mean, there's only 5 seeds in there. It's a bit stingy. With all the seeds that I sell on my site, I put 10 seeds inside the pack at least. Normally a few more than that, but at least 10 seeds, and that should be enough. Do we have any in here? Yep, 7-Pot Habanero Isolated. We are going to be putting that in there. That's from 2018, and I'm pretty sure they'll be just fine. 7-Pot Primo. These are some of my Isolated from 2020. I always sticking that in there. Do love the 7-Pot Primo. So I do have some ChilliChump Peri Peris available if people do want to buy. They're going to be very limited. I'll put them up as soon as this video goes live. You'll be able to see them on the store. I have a few here, and I have a few more in the house. But yeah, they sold out so quickly, and I thought I'd just keep a few aside for when I do this video. But there's some of my CC Peri Peri. Aleppo. I'm going to stick that in the maybe pile. Jalapeno Farmers Market. No, not again this year. When it comes to jalapenos, jalapenos are great as they are. And yeah, the novelty ones, they're cool. I do enjoy them. But I grow jalapenos because I love the taste of them. And, you know, obviously grow the varieties that taste best to you. Moss Peri Peri, I do have quite a few packs of that in the seed store as well. So if you are interested in getting some Moss Peri Peri, very prolific and amazing tasting chilies. We're getting somewhere. Let's move on to some of the more exciting ones. Let me put these in there actually. So these are a bunch of interesting ones. A lot of these I have bought, and quite a few more have been sent in to me. This one here, Mark Garcia. Thank you so much. It took a while to get to me, just with postal issues that we've been having during the whole COVID situation. But yeah, I think Mark is trying to kill me because some of these are seriously hot. The Bleeding Borg 9, just fantastic name for a chili pepper. Chocolate Primo Reaper. Guessing 7-pot Primo crossed with the Reaper. 7-pot Primo is possibly my favorite super hot chili out there. Troy Primo does a fantastic job. 7-pot Lava Chocolate. So again, all of these are just super hots, and we'll put that in the box. These are from Chubby's Chilies, and very much appreciated. Thank you so much, sir. We have the chocolate Primatali. So I did get some Primatalis from him last year. I got the golden Primatali, and he looks like he has some more here isolated. I do have some isolated golden Primatalis. It was quite a pretty plant. It actually looked like golden color, golden yellow. Because normally when they say it's golden, it just means it's a yellow chili, but this was actually a golden sort of color. Pretty impressive. Golden bronze. Dorset Naga. Okay. I'll be announcing something a little bit later. If you want to grow along with me this year with some of the pretty cool things I've got planned, Dorset Naga is another one that you might want to try and get hold of. Very prolific plant, perfect for the UK sort of weather and environment. They have been bred in the UK, so they just, well, actually in Dorset, which is in the UK. But a beautiful plant, and I have some very cool plans for these plants. So make sure that you're subscribed and following along, because I think you're going to absolutely love what I'm going to be doing with this. This is something I've been planning for quite a few years. Beaver Dam, I think I probably chose this because I'm a bit of a child, because it's got beaver in the name. An early jalapeno. Can't wait to have some stuffed jalapenos. I just didn't have any last year. And then I mentioned before Fatali, so I've got some Fatali seeds in there too. So those are some good varieties. Those are from Seaspring Seeds. I am Negan. So Nicholas, this is one of my patrons. Thank you so much, Nicholas. Really appreciate you sending these over. Some awesome varieties. These are all isolated. So we've got mustard habanero, chocolate Fatali, 7-pot burgundy, 7-pot Barak Pure. I need to clarify what that is, if that's pure or poor. Barak Poor. I'm not too sure. I'll have to check with you. I am Negan. Trinidad Perfume, White Bullet Habanero. I have grown this before. I'm not sure that I'll grow this again this year. Thank you. I am Negan. Very awesome of you. I think these are actually vegetable seeds mostly, so we don't have to go through all of these. Yeah, let me just see if there are any chilies in here. I don't think there are. Tomatillo. Another one of my patrons, Kelly, who also, she's the admin on, well, one of the admins on our Facebook group, CCFB Facebook group. She popped around to actually visit, and she brought some tomatillos. I'd never had them before, and wow, I love them. They were awesome, and we'll be growing them this year, so thank you, Kelly. Another tomato here, F1 Super Sauce. I'm trying to find the ideal tomato for my spicy tomato ketchup, and I've got a few varieties that I want to grow, but this is another one of them. So now let's have a look at this. I'm so grateful for all of these seeds you guys are sending me. I'm in such a lucky position with what I do on YouTube and helping you guys out online that you do send me these sort of things like seeds, and also some other things like what AJ Lau sent me. So AJ not only sent me these, a whole bunch of seeds, which we'll go through in a sec, but he also sent me a whole stack of hot sauces, which will be part of my series where I check out various commercial hot sauces. He has also made my life extremely difficult because the number of seeds he sent me here, I just cannot grow them all, and there are actually some very interesting varieties. So let's have a look. AJ, seriously, man, that's ridiculous. Fushimi, I've heard they are decent. Shishito, again, very decent. Ring of Fire, I love these. I've grown them before, and great that I have some fresh seeds. El Mundo Numex, Jumbo Jalapeno with plenty of heat. That might be an interesting one to grow. I do want a good spicy jalapeno. I actually want to breed a hotter jalapeno. Might do some crossbreeding this year with my jalapenos. We'll see how that goes. Big Jim Numex, I think we'll grow that. Lovely, impressive looking plant. Alma Paprika. Satan's Kiss, Atomic Starfish, Chinese 5-color tomato. This is what I was mentioning before, tomato seeds. This one's from Heinz, supposedly, so the same tomatoes that Heinz uses in their ketchup, so it might be a really good choice. We'll see how that goes. Looks like they're coated in something. That's pretty interesting. Madame Jeanette, yellow pepper. We will be putting that in the seed box. Moruga Red Monster. So what, I don't like it when things are renamed just because anyway, I'm not going to get into that. Moruga Red Monster, whether that's just a normal scorpion, Moruga, who knows. Fish pepper. I've been wanting to grow that one. 7-pot orange. Giant Aconagua. I know I'm probably butchering that as well, but that's a sweet pepper. We'll see, we'll look that up. Cayenne orange, no. Trinidad big bean. RG Marchant, don't know that one. Cappuccino habanero, no. Primatali, let's put that aside. Scotch bonnet red, yep, we will put that actually in the box. We'll be doing those. So I think, have we got through them all? I hope so. So before I get started with researching all of these seeds and deciding which ones I'm going to include in my 2022 grow, let's have a look at how I'm going to manage my plants going forward. So let's step back a bit. Let's take a look at what I was doing last year. So my 2021 seed choosing video, I showed you this spreadsheet, which is an evolution of the spreadsheet I used the year before, etc., etc. So this has been building for a little while, and I always wanted to build a platform like Seedsio. So what this does is I can put in what varieties I'm going to be growing, what the cultivar is, so what species, etc., and that all sort of lines up with what I'm doing in Seedsio. As time goes on, when you're monitoring each seed tray, you know, for this example here, we have 200 plants. You're monitoring so many seed trays. How do you know when you have enough of one plant or the other? Here we have seed tray number 1. We can see we have some 7-pot bubble gums. I can tell when they were germinated. And, you know, there's some basic information in there. I also had photos inside this. So you can see here photos on various days. So you can see how this kind of evolved into what we have today in Seedsio. So let's go off this. This is the old way of doing it. And let's look at what the new way of doing it is. Seedsio. Firstly, I'm going to My Garden seed trays. And I have no seed trays in here. I've removed them all. And we're going to add one. Our first one is going to be for our ChilliChump seed kit. So tray description, I'm going to leave the tray name what it is, doesn't matter. We're going to call it ChilliChump seed kit 2022. Tray color, we'll leave it blue for now. Once I actually plant them, I can change that color. Trays I'm using, they are 7 by 4, so 7 columns by 4 rows. And we'll make this public. So if you want to go have a look at my tray, you can. So we're going to submit that. And there we go. We have 28 cells there. So there's our seed tray. Let's get our ChilliChump seed kit. So Buna Mulata, I definitely do want a couple of those. So we'll start here. There we go. Buna Mulata, it's a verified variety, so that's good. So we have our Buna Mulata, it's the first one in the seed tray. Submit. Now another nice thing here, we don't have to add them all individually. So if I want to do another 3 Spanish Giants, then I just click up the top here. And yep, we want to populate, and there we go. We've got 4 Spanish Giants in there. Now that's filled up that seed tray. Let's go back to the list of seed trays. We can see there that this is full. It says 28 cells and they're all full. But if we go back here, still we only have 1 tray, but the others will show in there as well. We can see we have a couple more varieties in there. But if we go look down here at the categories, we can see that we have 4 super hots and we can have 4 for taste, right? So we have a bit more information here. And when you start filling this out more and more and you've got all your trays filled out, remember this is not just for chilies. Obviously, that's primarily what I grow, but I'm going to be adding my vegetables into this as well. So I'll be able to see here, you know, it might be my brassicas, maybe my you know, cabbages and things like that. And I can easily see, you know, based on the category, how many of each I am actually growing. And that gives me a good view of all that. If we click on the graph, we can see here, planted and germinated. We've got the CCSK 2022. We can see the 20 are planted. And when they start germinating, you'll see this fill up as well. So we can get an idea from a visual perspective of what that's looking like. Anyway, this isn't a how-to. I'm just showing you how I'm going to be using this going forward and how it could really help you if you were at the same stage I am, planting your seeds. I hope that I'll see you on Sunday during my live stream. It's at 5 p.m. GMT. It's a week later than it normally would be. It's normally the first Sunday of every month, but obviously with New Year's, I pushed it forward a week. I hope that you're as excited as I am about starting your seeds. 2022 is going to be incredible, and I just cannot wait to get started. I I can't wait to see my little chili seeds germinating and all my other vegetables as well. I just love growing from seed. It's very satisfying. So much planned. Those greenhouses are going to be full of chilies by the end of this year, and I cannot wait to take you along for that journey. There are lots of experiments coming. There are loads of chili sauces and other series that I have planned, and I think you're going to have a great time on my channel. Until the next video, thank you so much for watching, and stay spicy.